You know, I wanted to find somebody smarter than him. I searched all over. I just couldn't do it.
President Donald Trump and Elon Musk were interviewed on Fox News. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Wednesday, February 19th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. The president and his tech billionaire advisor spoke with Sean Hannity in a joint interview that aired last night. There was a lot of love to go around. Hannity showered his guests with praise. Here he is talking to Musk.
You were the chief engineer, for example. You were an early believer in Tesla. You became the CEO and then the chief engineer, which was phenomenal. SpaceX, same thing, which is unbelievable. I mean, you were the first private company to send astronauts successfully into space.
Trump and Musk were full of compliments for each other. The pair insisted their relationship was thriving. Here's Musk.
I've at this point spent a lot of time with the president, and not once have I seen him do something that was mean or cruel or wrong. Not once.
The interview comes amid increasing scrutiny of Musk's role and influence within the Trump administration. Trump said Musk had ensured that his flurry of executive orders was being enforced, but he steered clear of saying Musk was the brains behind any of them. He also claimed that Musk's Doge team would cut hundreds of billions of dollars of alleged fraud, but budget experts are extremely skeptical of that claim. Meanwhile, the administration's deep cuts to the federal government's workforce are continuing. Many probationary employees at the Department of Defense could lose their jobs as soon as this week. The Trump administration reversed its plans to shut down the free COVID test program. That's number 2. Yesterday, the Post reported that Trump's team was making moves to shut down the government website that ships free coronavirus tests. It was also considering destroying or disposing of tens of millions of tests. But 12 minutes before the site's planned shutdown, the health department said covidtests.gov would not be taken offline. The program has been paused and revived more than a half dozen times since it began nearly 5 years ago. Experts say there's no urgent need for free tests to be sent to U.S. households, given that coronavirus infection levels are lower than in earlier waves. But they also say that keeping the tests on hand is a good insurance policy. So, at least for now, you can still get free tests. If you want to get your hands on some, we have a link for that in our newsletter today. Find that in our show notes. Number 3. Investigators are searching for clues about the Toronto plane crash. On Monday, a Delta Airlines flight from Minneapolis crashed while landing at a Toronto airport. It clipped a wing and flipped upside down in the snow. Investigators are examining the wreckage. One aviation expert told the Post it's extremely rare for an accident to cause a plane to flip over on the ground. Multiple factors could have contributed to the crash. They include the plane's approach, conditions on the ground, and any issues with the aircraft or the weather. All 80 people on board survived the crash.
With everything, drop it. Come on. Don't take your video. Step on the right. On the right.
That was the sound of flight attendants directing the quick evacuation of the plane in a video taken by a passenger. Experts say that the lack of fatalities may be thanks to the aircraft's design and the actions taken by the cabin crew. Brazil's former president was charged with plotting a military takeover. That's our 4th story. Jair Bolsonaro was president of Brazil from 2019 to 2022. Yesterday, he was charged with leading an extensive plot to assassinate his rivals and overthrow the Brazilian government following his electoral loss. Bolsonaro had baselessly claimed electoral fraud when he lost the 2022 election. Then, in echoes of the 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol, his supporters attacked Brazil's presidential palace, Supreme Court, and Congress. The charges are a historic rebuke of a politician whose aggressive form of politics dominated the country for years and left it deeply polarized. Bolsonaro has previously denied the allegations against him, but if he's convicted on all counts, he faces decades in prison. Number 5. Hamas said it would release 10 hostages in the coming days. Hamas said yesterday that it would release 6 living captives on Saturday and the bodies of 4 others tomorrow. Hamas said members of the Bibas family would be among the dead. That's a mother and 2 young sons taken captive on October 7, 2023. The family's father was released this month alive. This is a faster timeline for the return of hostages than had been expected. Previously, the group that governs Gaza had only been set to free living hostages in the upcoming release. Then, next week, 4 more bodies will be returned to Israel. That will complete the hostage releases that were agreed to in the first phase of the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. Negotiations for the second, more difficult phase of the ceasefire are set to begin soon. A$AP Rocky was found not guilty of felony assault with a firearm. That's number 6. The Grammy-nominated rapper was accused of shooting at his childhood friend A$AP Rocky during a fight in Hollywood in 2021. The duo were part of the hip-hop collective A$AP Mob before their relationship soured. Prosecutors argued throughout the case that Rocky was the aggressor, brandishing a weapon whose bullets grazed Relly's hand. But defense lawyers said Rocky only fired blanks from a prop gun he carried for security. Rocky could have faced up to 24 years in prison if he had been convicted. But yesterday, he was found not guilty. This was the dramatic moment in the courtroom.
We, the jury in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Rakeem Mayers, not guilty of the
Rocky dived toward his family and friends and hugged his partner, Rihanna. You can see a video of that moment in our newsletter. Number 7 today might confirm your sneaking suspicions. Parents probably do have a favorite child, and a new study revealed why. Kids with siblings can often feel that their parents have a favorite, but parents almost always deny it. So a new study tried to get to the bottom of what is really going on in family dynamics. The study examined differential treatment from parents and which kids are likely to receive it. The research found that gender, birth order, and a child's temperament all appear to have an impact on how kids are treated. Researchers found some clear patterns. For example, daughters tend to be favored, according to parents themselves. There were also some benefits to being an older child, and children who are agreeable and conscientious are also likely to get preferential treatment. You can find all the takeaways from this study in our newsletter today. It might just help you win your next family argument. All right, you're all caught up. But before you go, a reminder that if you're a subscriber to The Washington Post, you can get access to our shows ad-free in Apple Podcasts. All you have to do is find The Washington Post channel in Apple Podcasts and connect your Post subscription. Then stay tuned for more subscriber-only audio benefits, like exclusive and early access episodes. If you're not a subscriber, this is a great time to start. You can sign up at our channel in Apple Podcasts or through the link in our show notes. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.